China, Yang Liling on the beam. Very high, 2.5 twister for a dismount. She scored 14.9 in the qualifying round. I really like the quality of her gymnastics, technically, and she's got plenty of power.
Die erste Wertung für Pauline Morel aus Frankreich am Sprung 13,875.
Powerful isn't something you really expect from the Chinese gymnasts. They're more graceful and technically perfect gymnasts than anything, but when you see a great combination, that's what we like to see. Here's Shawn Johnson on the bars.
This is apparently the warm-up session. This is a little confusing as some athletes are warming up, some are competing. I think something's a little strange here. Now, generally it takes longer to warm up on the uneven bars because of the time to set the bars, so they give them more time. All right, the way this works in individual all-around competition is that within your group, you step up every time. So Liukin was second on the vault. Now she'll be first on the uneven bars, and then she'll drop to last in the next rotation. This could be big for Miss Liukin. And what a tough young lady she is. Coming back from a severe ankle injury that has plagued her this whole past year.
Beautiful combination. Nice high Takachev. Nastia is wonderful in this event. Nice pack salto.
If she hits the routine that she normally attempts, she could have as high as a 7.1 degree of difficulty in this routine. The only other gymnast doing a routine that difficult here is Beth Tweddle, the world champion. Nicely done.
Great routine. She really reminds me of Svetlana Horkina when she swings on the bars. Beautiful lines, got a unique style.
Her father and coach, Valeri Liukin, giving her congratulations. Nastia was tied for 8th coming into this second rotation. Those pirouetting skills are just as good as they get. Perfect form on that Ginger release salto.
She gets so much height on the Ginger that she actually does it laid out. A lot different than most of the gymnasts who do it. Most of them tend to do it in a more piked position.
Be interesting to see what the judges do with this in terms of execution. Couple of form breaks here throughout the dismount and a couple of form breaks as she cast it up to handstand. But no denying the exquisite line and execution and high level of difficulty in that routine. Sort of the benchmark that we will compare her against is Yang Yiling, who had a 15.575 for her bar routine. Xiao Xia had a 14.975 with a few form breaks. (2005) world champion of 16.1. Impressive score for Nastia Liukin.
It's a huge score.
Scored a 16.25 in the qualifying round, but she is off to a very good start today. The score over on the beam, 15.075 for Yang Yiling. Stelliana Nistor, who got a very generous score on the vault, I feel, now to the bars. The top qualifier into today's all-around.
Toan Twaffel missed the handstand there.
Big time.
Small form deduction on the Ginger. Oh. Got a big split on that packed salto.
It's a good release combination.
Very good combination. Just lack of swing coming out of the shaposh. 1.5, very short.
She qualified to the finals on the uneven bars here and the balance beam.
Hold to a seatable back.
Now that'll be very interesting because there were several obvious, even to the non-expert, obvious form deductions in that routine. Very interesting to see if she will be penalized for those. Good example of how past the handstand she was on that toe-on full. This was a nice combination. Toe-on, reverse hack to a pack salto. The obvious form deduction on the transition, but that's a tough combination to do. And here, remember the form deductions are supposed to be 1/10, 3/10, 5/10, or 8/10 of the point if you fall completely. So a minor form break is 1/10. A large form break like that on the dismount is at least 3/10 in the air. Very interesting to see what will be the end result here.
I'm interested to see what they take on the dismount because she releases off the bar, straddles her legs in the dismount, and then at the end, right before she lands, also has to straddle them too. So I would give her a little bit more than 3/10 seduction on that dismount.
Yulia Lojecko will take to the beam now. Saw her on the bars. Very nice standing Arabian. She's 17. This is by far her best event. Scored a 15.525 and qualified.
Very nice standing front tuck.
15.525 was in fact even with a fall on her dismount, so plenty of difficulty in that routine.
Yulia is very good at the front skills. She's got a lot of front flips from one leg and seems to be a strength of hers. Beautiful round off Arabian double. That's an extremely hard dismount, not only to do but to land, and she did it very well.
$15.225 for Nistor. I think once again a generous score, considering the amount of form deductions we saw. I'm not getting this. Are you?
Not at all. I'm in shock right now because with the obvious to the eye in real time deductions, it doesn't compare to the Chinese execution.
Miss Barbosa now from Brazil, the leader in the all-around after her impressive first rotation vault.
Beautiful combinations there. Toe on, toe off full. Ooh. Tkachev kind of skid over the bar a little bit. Getting set for the dismount.
Really not a great routine. Pretty mediocre, wouldn't you think?
I agree.
She's very good on floor and vault. 14.95 for that performance. Had a 15.25 in qualifying. Vanessa Ferrari, fourth after the first rotation with a 15.125 on vault. Now to the bars. Some of you who watched our team competition yesterday, 2 days ago, might remember the fact. Oh no! Oh. Another fall on the Komenich salto. Oh. And you might remember that her gauze and tape handguard came off while she was performing her routine the other day. That's unfortunate. A fall under this code of points is 0.8 of a point, plus other deductions for technical errors that contributed to the fall.
We'll note again that Vanessa Ferrari was our world champion last year in the all-around. This is quite devastating for her.
Well, she managed to win last year with a fall off the beam, so it's unlikely today, though, considering the strength of the field, that it's likely that that will hurt her a great deal. Her coach, Enrico Casella. Now, she's been suffering from a stress fracture in her foot, and so perhaps not training at the level of intensity and consistency that she's used to. Just rushed it a little bit, didn't she?
I agree. Rushed it. Actually got too close to the bar right here. You can kind of see it where they don't catch at the right angle, and then it just gravity pulls you down.
It's a very quirky element. You have to have just the exact amount of height and rotation and heel drive to catch that consistently. Unfortunate for Ferrari. She qualified to the finals on the uneven bars and floor exercise, so she'll have another chance to attempt that routine in the finals. It's taken a long time to get these scores out.
I agree.
Ferrari will turn 17 in November from Brixia, Italy. First female to win gold at the World Championships. And boy, did she do it big last year when she won the all-around gold.
It looks like there's a discrepancy in her score. While we're waiting, we have an email. Wilson from New York City. He wrote in and says he's listening from work, and he wanted to know the updated scores.
He should be at work.
Yeah, he wants to know the updated scores from Nastia Liukin and Shawn Johnson. On the vault, Nastia scored a 14.75, and on the bar she scored a 16.1, and Shawn on the vault scored a 15.175. Here's a replay of Vanessa's routine. She's got some great skills, but the execution is just not anywhere compared to the Chinese. Doesn't quite get all the handstands. Got some small form breaks. See right there. Doesn't quite hit the handstand. Although I do have to say I'm very impressed with Italy, how they've come up. 4 years ago, they weren't even in contention, and now they've got many great gymnasts, and it's just nice to see new countries come up and be in the mix for medal contention.
Italy placed 4th in the team competition here. 14.475 the score for Ferrari with a fall. You see the score for Lozechko on the beam. Beth Tweddle on the uneven bars now. One of the crowd favorites, no question about it. She grew up in Johannesburg, South Africa, lives in Liverpool now. Qualified 4th into this all-around final. The reigning world champion on this event.
Huge. I love watching Beth in this event.
She's so aggressive. Big combination.
Wow.
And good form.
Great Shaposhnikova.
7-time British national champion. Reigning world champion on this event. Oh, way past the handstand on that.
Wow, still manages to pull out a beautiful full twisting double back with a stick.
Made an interesting choice. The British team made the team finals, and she opted to not compete for 2 reasons. One is to give some of the younger athletes a chance to compete under the pressure of the team finals, knowing full well that it was unlikely Great Britain was going to be in the medal contention, and also to rest herself for today's all-around final. And she'll be final on the uneven bars and the floor this weekend. So probably a smart move for all concerned. I love her assertiveness in the routine. She just attacks, doesn't she?
Most definitely. It's exciting to watch. Very exciting to watch. I would love to, well, we'll take a look here and see how this routine scores in comparison to the Chinese. With all our discussion of their routines and their impeccable technique and form, we'll see if the big, exciting, high-flying gymnast is rewarded here.
Well, it's interesting. She does fly and generate a big amount of swing out of her release moves, which many people have commented perhaps is where the Chinese can get hit. They catch many of those moves in almost a dead hang. She did go way over on that toe-on full pirouette to her dismount. She scored a 16.075 in qualifying, which is among the highest scores here. But look at the difference in the form on that dismount as opposed to Stelliana Nistor with hers. $15.925.
That's a great score.
It is a good score. 16.1 is the score for Nastia Liukin, and I guess that's about right because of the deduction for that toe-on full pirouette. Beth Tweddle, 15.925. Shawn Johnson will be up now. U.S. national champion. What a big year she had in 2007 so far. American Cup, Pan Am Games, and U.S. national championship. Can she add a world title? Well, she got off to a good start on the vault. This will be the biggest challenge for her because she's so good on beam and floor. Big, high Jaeger salto.
Great handstand there. Beautiful Ginger. Huge!
Nice double twisting double layout. In the qualifying round, she put her hands down on that move uncharacteristically. That was good. Now, she doesn't quite have the same complex routines that Beth Tweddle and Nastia Liukin and, of course, the Chinese do. But certainly a very good quality exercise.
Most definitely, and a phenomenal dismount.
She scored a 14.625 in qualifying.
With the fall.
With the fall. How hard is this? Layout double-double, and to keep great form throughout.
That is amazing.
Both Americans, two very strong performances in vault and uneven bars. Remember, for the United States, Kim Zameska was the first world all-around champion in 1991. Shannon Miller did it twice, 1993 and 94, and then Chelsea Memel won in 2005. Will there be an American world champion this year? We'll see. Xiao Xia on the beam. This is her favorite event, but she fell twice in the preliminary competition. In 6th place in the all-around coming into this rotation. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's breathtaking.
Again, the leg up full turn. Everyone seems to be having trouble in that skill. It almost makes me wonder if it's worth doing the bonus for the skill, but actually getting deduction. So you're hoping you're leveling it out, you know? Getting the bonus, but getting the deduction as well.
Oh, good save. It seems like so many gymnasts go past the full turn with that leg up full. Is it just hard to stop the momentum when you have that leg hanging out there at level?
Most definitely. I mean, on a leg up full turn, you're going to have to come out at the 3/4, but at the same time, the judges, they're going to hit you if you're not with your leg up in a 360 turn. So it's a bit of a catch-22 on that skill.
It's better to go past it and make a slight bobble than under-rotate.
Right.
A couple of balance checks here for Xiao Xia. Solid pike double back, and did she nail it? Shawn Johnson waiting for her score. 15.375. 0.7 of a point higher than her qualifying score, so nice job.
We change now to the third apparatus.
We're looking on videotape as the athletes march to their next rotations. Sandra Izbasa of Romania.
Very sloppy there on the bike handspring layout. Switch leap, gainer layout. I don't know about you, Bart, but today she seems a little bit more loose than we're used to seeing. She's got a lot of form breaks on her knees.
Perhaps her training is not at the level that she had anticipated. She's recovering from a broken foot that she sustained at the European Championships earlier this year, so.
Well, that definitely explains it. I mean, beam is such a precise event that even the smallest deficiencies in training can make a big difference. Beautiful run off triple twist.
That was deceiving. You didn't think she was going to make it all the way around. Very efficient twist for Sandra Izbasa. For you history buffs, 2 Romanian women have won the world all-around title, on Aurelia Dobre back in 1987 and Maria Olaru in 1999. 15-3-2-5 was the score there. So here are the standings. After 2, Jade Barbosa in the lead. Nastia Liukin tied with her at 30.85. Yang Yiling, Xiao Xia, Shawn Johnson, the top 5. Very exciting moment for Nastia Liukin to be tied for the lead after vault and bars. Going into balance beam where she shines. It'll be very interesting to see how this shakes out. Of course, she ended up on the short end of the stick in 2005 by 1/1000th of a point, earning the silver medal in the all-around. Chelsea Memel from the United States won that year, and deservedly so. So as the athletes warm up for the 3rd of 4th rotations, the drama builds here in Stuttgart.
The standing after 2 operations. In lead, Jade Barbosa and Nastia Liukin, Brazil and United States of America, 30.850. Third, Yang Yilin from China, 30.650. Fourth, Xiao Xia, China, 30.625. And on 5th position, Shawn Johnson, United States of America, 30.550.
Und am Stufenbahn wird am 3. Gerät Valentina Hollenhova für die Ukraine als erste Turnerin an den Start gehen. Am Schwebebalken sehen wir Stelliana Nistor, Rumänien. Am Boden beginnt ebenfalls für Rumänien Sandra Izbasa. Und am Sprung erste Turnerin Marie-Sophie Lindemann, Deutschland.
Here's Stelliana Nistor up on the balance beam to start the 3rd event of competition.
We can normally expect good things for the Romanians on balance beam. We'll see what happens here. Very nice, full
Beautiful.
twist. I felt she's gotten some generous scores on vault and bars.
Good save. Oh boy, that was a small switch leap to a back tuck. She looks very rushed today. Normally, Stelliana looks a little more calm and not so bobbly on this event.
We've discussed the fact that the Romanian team is in transition of sorts. The legendary coaches have retired, Octavian Bellu and Mariana Bitang, and don't quite have the same feeder system that they had in the past, so they asked Catalina Ponor to come back and help them. They earned a bronze medal in the team competition on a fluke because of the misstep by the Russians.
Beautiful dismount right off the cancer double pike. It's very hard. You can even see her face. She's like, whoa. Here's Sandra Izbasa on the floor.
Her nickname is Oscar. She says she wants to be a star. Here's her chance. The floor is the place to show off that presentation and personality.
Beautiful 2.5 punch front full. That's a very difficult pass. When you're doing a two-stomach pass, to set up on the second flip in the right position to make the second flip rise, it's extremely hard to do. She did very well. Fernandez from double twist. Nicely done.
Whoa! Good save. Last year's World Championship, she was third place in the all-around. Look at that determination as she gets ready for the last tumbling pass.
Beautiful triple twist.
Nice technique. All right, not bad for Sandra Izbasa. The Romanian team still not looking as strong and confident as years past, but that was an impressive last tumbling run. Nicolae Forminte, the head coach now in Romania, coaches the team out in Deva in their national training center in the western portion of Romania.
This is a replay of her 2.5 punch front full. All of it laid out.
$15.55 for Stelliana Nistor.
Honestly, I really don't know where they're
score.
yeah, I don't know where they're coming up with these scores. She had several wobbles. Obvious wobbles.
And form breaks. Jade Barbosa.
Beautiful by handspring.
So impressed with this young lady.
She has come a long way. For the last couple of years, we've been watching her in many World Cups, which is great experience that they've got her in so many of those competitions. And